Yes, answer.
Madam,
Yes,
before
yes.
going to the class, we have some questions. Can we ask now?
Yes, sure,
Otherwise,
sure.
after class,
No. You can
Madam.
ask now itself and then we can move to the class. That will be good for me.
Yeah. Actually, LoadRunner we have controller. At the same time, Jmeter also we have controller. Otherwise, the total part will be included in Jmeter.
No. Jmeter, we have controllers. Controller means there is not separately the component. Okay, whatever the load we are distributing into the slave missions, right? That is called
Oh.
controller.
In interview question, they asked me what is the Jmeter controller. So at
Okay,
that time,
Jmeter controller means
their
we need to
plugin.
answer like slave
Mm,
missions. Slave missions. We can call it as a controller. Let me
he,
share that.
he said that three controller is there, sampler controller and something he will be telling
Those
with
are
the
all called.
requirement.
Those are all called not the record. Those are all called recording controllers. Those are all not load distributing controllers. Okay.
Okay.
Someone's having lot of noise. Okay. Those controllers was different and this controller was different answer. So for test execution purpose, the controllers are slave missions. Okay. For script recording purpose, we are having different controllers. Simple controller, transaction controller, recording controller. These are all the different type of controllers we have, right? Maybe he asked like those controllers. Don't confuse between this controller and that controller. Okay.
Okay.
Modular controller include, those are all the different controllers. And any other questions before going to start the class? Any others, any questions?
Just repeat type performance testing. Just
Sorry,
go through.
repeat. Some
Types
resound
of
is getting.
performing testing. Types of performing testing.
Okay, sure. So those type of performance testings, I will continue in the next sessions because whole 1 or 2 classes will be there for the types of performance testings and why we need the types and when we need to do that performance testings. Okay, so I would like
Okay,
to.
sure.
Yeah, I would like to continue in the next sessions because this was the basic sessions, right? First, I would like to complete the basic sessions.
Vidya,
Yes.
can you once again clarify about Jmeter architecture by showing slide once again, please, in
Yeah,
detail?
sure.
Because
Yeah, sure.
just now you said controllers are
The slave
just
missions.
slave
Yes.
machines, and you are saying again that there are different types of
Those are
controllers.
different. Those are like scripting controllers. Those are different, don't confuse that. Let me explain. The control means it will controls the user load. Before
Okay,
executing the test, whatever we have used, that is called the controller. Okay.
okay,
In LoadRunner, for this controller, we are having different component. Okay.
mm-hmm.
And for Jmeter, we do not have that physical component, but whatever the load we are trying to distribute among the different missions, like slave missions or Jmeter server missions, those are called as a controller missions.
Okay,
And the controllers, whatever answer was asked, right? Those are in scripting part. Whenever we are entering to the Jmeter scripting part, I will explain those things in detail.
okay,
That was completely different. Whenever the interviewer will ask you in the time of testing in Jmeter, which controllers will used for test executions, you can say this.
slaves.
Yes, slave missions.
Okay,
These are all
okay,
the 3 slave. For example, you are trying to distribute 1,000 user load. Those 1,000 users
okay,
will be distributed among these 3 servers. I mean, 3 slave missions, and from that slave missions to actual server.
okay,
This was the actual server. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't confuse those things.
okay.
Yeah. And any other questions? Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to close this. Yes. So today our class is methodologies. Okay, like SDLC methodologies. Yesterday someone was requested. Okay, so in SDLC methodologies, as you all know that we are having different type of methodologies, right? Waterfall model, RAD model, spiral model, V model, incremental model, and iterative model, and the big bang model. Okay, so these are the in market we are having different types of methodologies are available, and out of these many methodologies, so nowadays most popular methodology was agile model. Okay, so all the software companies are following this agile model. Okay, with this agile model, this one. So with this agile model, I think everyone is like using and following the agile process. Okay, so we can see all the agile model and what is the difference between waterfall and agile. So we will move to the next slide. So the waterfall model is, it's like a mountain falling like a water. We can say example from mountain how the water will falls. The waterfall model is looks like that steps. Okay, for example, requirements gathering phase is there. Designing is the another phase. Development is the another phase. Testing, all the things. For example, deployment or maintenance. These are all the different phases in waterfall model, right? So the main drawback of this waterfall model is like, for example, you are trying to gathering the requirements. Okay, so once you gather the requirements, then only the application design will happens. Till that the application design will never happens. Okay, once the design will happens, then only it will move to the development phase, means developing the code or something. Once the whole product will be developed, then only it will comes to testing. For example, while you are developing a code and it will move to the testing. Okay, while doing the testing, the testers was identified any one issue. We can say example, particular click or particular button was not working. Then what will happens is we need to wait it till completing the maintenance. Then only we can move to again requirements gathering phase, and whatever the issues we got, again we need to gather those requirements, and again we need to design, change the design, and we need to again develop the code. This was like little complexity process. For example, I can say we can take an MS Word example. Okay, so in MS Word, whoever implemented that MS Word, like lot of features is there, like for colors is there, we can also insert the images, and we can also insert any objects, whatever it may be. So that whoever implemented that particular word, all the different type of features is there, right? To implement all that features, it will took longer time. Longer time means, for example, to implement or to develop whole MS Word, it will take 1 year. You can say example 1 year. Okay, so the tester should wait till that 1 year to complete that development of that MS Word. Then only he can test. Okay, so the main drawback, another drawback I would like to say is, if customer satisfaction was less. Why? For example, any new application is came to testing. Okay, we will never say, right? So we for your I mean, whatever the code you are trying to implement, it will take 1 year. Please wait for 1 year, and then we will give the software, then you can use it. We cannot say like that, right? That is the main drawback. Till that 1 year, the particular whoever would like to I mean implement the code, or whoever interested the client to come with us, he will get not at all satisfied due to this reason. Okay, we need to wait until that particular software should implement, and then only it will comes to the market and then only the end user or the client should use. And another disadvantage was teams will work separately. There is no collaboration. Like developer teams will develop separately, testers will test separately. There is no communication between the developers and testers. That is the main another drawback of this waterfall model. So this is the example of MS Word, we can say. Any other questions for this waterfall model before going to Agile?
No.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yes.
Actually, waterfall mostly requirements ఉన్నాయి కదా.
Sorry, waterfall. Yes, requirements. Yes.
Actually, main drawback ఏంటి అసలు మన రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ చేసిన తర్వాత డిజైన్ డెవలప్మెంట్.
అవును, వన్ స్టెప్ తర్వాతనే ఇంకో స్టెప్ కి వెళ్ళగలం. అంటే కోడ్ మొత్తం డెవలప్మెంట్ అయ్యాకనే టెస్టింగ్ లోకి వెళ్తాం. టెస్టింగ్ అయ్యాకనే డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ చేస్తాము. డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ అయ్యాక మెయింటెనెన్స్ కి వస్తుంది. ఇన్ కేస్ కోడ్ అనేది డెవలప్ అయ్యింది, డెవలప్మెంట్ అయ్యాక టెస్టింగ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు టెస్టర్స్ అంటే ఫంక్షనల్ వాళ్ళు పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ వాళ్ళు టెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏదైనా ఒక ఇష్యూ కానీ ఏదైనా ఐడెంటిఫై చేశారనుకోండి, అది మళ్ళీ డెవలప్మెంట్ కి మనము ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేసి వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి మళ్ళీ చేంజెస్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయాల్సిన ఛాన్స్ రాదు.
ఒకసారి మనం డాక్యుమెంట్ ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తే దాని పర్పస్ మీద తర్వాత డిజైన్ చేసి డెవలప్మెంట్ తర్వాత టెస్టింగ్ మెయింటెనెన్స్. ఒకసారి క్లయింట్ యాక్చువల్ గా అంటే తన క్లయింట్ ఏంటంటే ఫ్లైట్ బుకింగ్ ఉందనుకోండి, వాడు కొన్ని రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఇస్తాడు, క్లయింట్ సడన్ గా మైండ్ చేంజ్ అయ్యి వేరే
రిక్వైర్మెంట్ కావాలన్నారు అనుకోండి, ఆ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ మళ్ళీ మనం మధ్యలో యాడ్ చేయడానికి అవ్వదు. అగైన్ ఈ హోల్ ప్రాసెస్ కంప్లీట్ అయ్యాకనే అగైన్ వి నీడ్ టు గో టాప్ అండ్ వి నీడ్ టు యాడ్ దేర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్. మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ డ్రాబ్యాక్. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్. ఇప్పుడు వాడు ఒక ఎస్టిమేషన్ అంటే ఒక డిజైన్ తో వస్తాడు ఫస్ట్, తర్వాత వాడికి మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ ఐడియాస్ డెఫినెట్లీ చేంజ్ అవుతాయి, మళ్ళీ న్యూ డిజైన్ కావాలంటాడు. అలాంటప్పుడు మధ్యలో మనం యాడ్ చేయడానికి అవ్వదు. ఈ హోల్ ప్రాసెస్ కంప్లీట్ అయ్యాక అగైన్ మళ్ళీ వాడికి ఏమేం చేంజెస్ కావాలో మళ్ళీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి, డిజైన్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి, డెవలప్మెంట్ లో కోడ్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి, అగైన్ టెస్టింగ్ షుడ్ బి చేంజ్డ్ అండ్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వీ నీడ్ టు చేంజ్ ఇట్ అకార్డింగ్ టు దట్. That is the another main drawback of that waterfall model. So to overcome that waterfall model, agile model అనేది వచ్చింది మార్కెట్ లోకి. క్లియర్? Yeah. So this is the whole agile methodology process anamata. This is the whole agile methodology. So the main why we need this methodology is to implement the project and to manage the project. Okay, and like any new implementations or any new features, if we can anyone can add it in between. Okay, so it will be like sprint wise, right? In coming slides I will explain what is sprint planning, product backlog, everything point to point I will explain. So in that you will understand. So the whole project implementation and the whole project managing process, we can call it as a agile methodology. So it will overcomes that waterfall model. Nowadays almost 95% of the software companies are using this agile methodology. Okay, so in this, like product owner will be there, and product backlogs is there. I mean, product backlog is like, first of all I would like to explain what is this process, agile process. Okay, agile process, we have two things. One is iterative and another one is incremental. These are the two processes is there in agile methodology. So iterative means the whole project, whatever the whole idea of the project. For example, we can take to implement any Excel or Word or PowerPoint document. For example, it will take 2 years. Okay, so we have designed like that. That Excel, to design or to add all the features of Excel, it will take 2 years. The whole 2 years, we cannot wait till the 2 years, right? So by using this iterative process, the whole 2 years will be break down into pieces. Okay, like monthly or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, like that. So every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, whatever the code we have implemented, okay, we need to review that, we need to check that, and if any features I mean, if any changes will be there, we can add in between that. Okay, those things will be possible in this iterative and agile process. Okay, this is the important thing in agile process. So nowadays all the companies are following the iterative process or incremental process. Incremental process means just each, I mean, after every version, after every product releasing, or after every build releasing, okay, the versions will be added, right? For example, in this year, okay, in this 2022 year, so in this month, for example, we can take November month, two version, I mean, first I have implemented some feature. Okay, so when I give that feature to the testers, I have written a code for example, I have written a code for I can say Notepad. Okay, I need to click on the button. When I click on the button, Notepad should be opened. That is my code. Okay, so and that will be moved after implementing that code, that will be moved to testers, right? So their testers, while testing that, what they have identified was like that Notepad was not opening for 1 minute. After 1 minute only, that Notepad is opening. They have identified that situation. Okay, immediately that tester will reporting that issue to developer. Okay, what they will do is, in incremental or iterative or in this agile process, the develop team will accept that, and they will agree that issue. In next sprint, okay, they will try to resolve that issue and move that code to that in live, like that. Each piece of the code will be moved to the live. That is the main process of this agile. Okay, the two things. And while moving that, for example, first they have implemented the code, and the same code they have changed it, and they have moved to the next sprint, right? So after every changes, after every code changes, some build number means what? Build number means, for example, I have implemented like November is 11, right? So 2022.11.1, that is called a build number or version number. So each company will follow some particular format. Okay, so few companies will follow like v dot some 2022.11.1, means first version in November 2022 year it was released. And is there any changes happened in the version 1, it was moved to the next sprint. In next sprint they was renamed that version. Okay, like 2022.11 dot, if the version was moved on 15th, we can say November 15th it was moved, so 15.1 it will went like that. Okay, those are called build numbers or versions, all those names were same. Okay, so that everyone can easily identify it, like in this version, okay, this change was happened, in next version this feature was added, and in next version another feature was added. So this is easy way to understand that incremental or iterative process in the agile. Okay, the main goal of the agile was customer satisfaction. Okay, why customer will satisfy here? Why? Because we are not releasing entire project at a time, right? We are releasing few features, like based on the client or stakeholder or customer requirement, we are developing that code, and we are releasing in every 2 weeks or every 1 week or every month. All this called as a sprint versions. Okay, so based on the different companies, they will release the sprints was different way. Okay, so in one of my organization previously I have worked, for every 2 weeks we have a sprint meetings. So in every 2 weeks what they will do is, whatever the code they were implemented, they were checked, validated, tested, and it was moved to production. Is there any changes will be there in that particular code, again it will move to the next sprint. Okay, and they will give us again 2 weeks time. In that 2 weeks again we need to add whatever the changes, everything, and again it will move to the production, like that. So due to that, what will happen is the client will never wait for that what they are expecting, right? Whatever he is expecting, he will achieve in that 2 weeks or 1 week of time, and he will use that in the production, so that there is no lag will be there is no waiting time will be there. And in between, if the client will get any new idea or anything he want to add, he will intimate us, and we can also add in the next sprints. That will be a very good approach. Due to that, the customer will satisfy more. Okay, and the whole idea was of this agile was concentrating or focusing more on customer satisfaction. For example, we can say, if you book any mobile on the Amazon, okay, so if you book a mobile on the Amazon, if you receive another item instead of mobile, his customer will satisfy? He was also spending some money, right? He won't satisfy. That same thing will happen here as well in this performance testing agile model. Okay, and we are having different principles in agile. Lot of principles we have, but out of that many principles, the 4 are very important. Okay, first one, as we discussed, right, customer satisfaction. Why customer satisfaction? Means the client or the customer will never wait for 1 or 2 years to completing that particular project or the completing of particular product. Okay, so the continuous delivery will be there in this agile. That is a good thing. And second thing was collaboration work, means the developers, testers, and automation team, and whoever doing that particular project, like product owners, all the teams will working together and communicating each and every person together. If any issue will be there, tester will directly set up a call with developer and explain the situation. Those things will be there. That is the called as a like collaboration of work. So due to collaboration, what will happen? We can deliver the product in a quality way, right? Quality way. And another principle was responding to change. Like, for example, if a tester was identified any one issue, okay, he immediately reported that issue to the developer. The developer what will do? He was agree, and he was able to implement that feature as well. And in between that, I mean, in between the implementing of the code also, if the customer will comes and asks product owner, like, you can add this feature for me, we can also add the new feature. That is the another good thing. Means whatever the uh, customer is asking or expecting, we can immediately respond at that. We will also include that points in between. So that is the main responding to the change. And another one was individuals and interactions. Means here we are having like different tools is there, right? I mean, performance testing, different tools is there, and for developing different tools. All the different type of tools is there, but all individuals can work, but the interaction should be same way. Like whatever the developer was implemented, that interaction should be important for tester. Then only the tester can, like, without development interaction we cannot move for testing, right? Even we don't know how to, even we also don't know like how to identifying that business critical scenarios without developer interaction, we can say. Any questions here? The main goal and the principles of agile and the process of agile. Okay, so we'll go to that main concept. So in agile, like different parameters we can consider, like product backlog, sprint meetings, product owners, what is scrum master. I think all you also know that every or whatever I am explaining now, every point will be asking in the interviews. Okay, so first of all, we will understand what is product backlog. Okay, whenever the new project will comes, okay, whenever a new project will comes, what product backlog will do is, in this particular product backlog, the product owner will collect all the requirements. Okay, so first project meeting will be happens, right? If a new project will come to us, what we'll do is product owner will set up a call with stakeholder or customer or the client, and he will ask all the requirements, means whatever you need, what type of application you need, especially is this a e-commerce, is this any net banking related application you want to implement. The product owner will take all that input or requirements, that is called as a product backlog. Okay, after collecting all the requirements, okay, the product owner what will do is, out of 100 items, for example, we can take net banking application. In net banking application, different features is there, right? Like logging, doing IMPS transactions, doing NEFT transactions, or like applying for home loan, applying for insurance, or different type of actions we have, right? So he will list it out, all that list of items, and out of that, what product owner will do is, he will prioritize the items, which one is more important, which one we need to do first. Those things will comes under product backlog. Okay, so once product backlog, all the requirement information we got, we need to enter into the sprint planning meeting. Sprint planning meeting, what will happens? Okay, what will happens is, all the scrum team will involve. Scrum team means like there, sprint planning means in this particular meeting, okay, scrum master will involve, product owner, development team, testing team, whoever whoever involving in that project, all the teams will be involved in this, and they will identify what can we deliver. Okay, using this list of items, what can we deliver, and how to achieve that particular work. For example, we would like to deliver some document. Okay, to deliver that document, what information, what is the work efforts we need, and what is the output to achieve for to deliver that product. Okay, all the things will be discussed in the sprint planning meetings. Any doubts here in sprint planning meeting? Okay, and next thing was product owner. As we discussed, right, what the purpose of product owner? Product owner will set up the call with again customer, and he will collect all the list of items, and out of the number of hundreds of lists items, he will prioritize. First step, we need to, for example, Flipkart application is there, you can say. Okay, to implement or to develop that Flipkart application, first what we need? We need UI, right? Like we need the UI, and again we need login details, and once he logged in, he need to see all the categories, right? Men's, women's, like different electronics, kitchen related. So like that way, what is the first thing we need to do? We need to implement the UI, and then we need to implement the login part. After login, the user should see all the categories. Like that way, he will prioritize the list of items. First, we need to do this, and next, we need to do this, like this. All the things he has to list it out. And another purpose of product owner is, whatever, like whatever the things we are developed, whatever the things we have implemented, those will be accepted or rejected by the product owner only. The product owner is having that rights. For example, I have implemented a Word document. If he is satisfied that Word document is satisfied by the customer, then only he will accept. Otherwise, he will reject that. Okay, the product owner has that rights. And is there any new features will be there also? He can, I mean, he has a rights to include that features. Okay, that is the purpose of product owner. And Scrum Master, the main purpose of Scrum Master is, like, he has to verify, like how many are following that agile principles as we discussed, right? For example, I am also one of the team member in agile, right? So is I am doing my work correctly, or is I am implementing that particular is I am following that agile principles. Agile principle means I am communicating with the development team or not, and I am whatever I am testing, that was satisfied by the client or not. These things will be checking by the scrum master. Okay, so from beginning of the project to the ending of the project, or beginning of the sprint to the ending of the sprint, okay, he has to monitor everything end to end, from beginning to ending, all the things. And he also asks like what is the project progress, and is there any pending items is there, or is there any issues is there. All the things will be monitored by scrum master. Okay, scrum master means like developers, testers, all the teams is there, right? And on above of that whole project team is called a scrum master, and on above of the scrum master is the product owner. Clear? And once all the things will be like monitored, like whatever the items were, what are the progress pending, all the things will be coming from scrum master only. And then sprint backlog will happen. Sprint backlog means like whatever we are promised to the client. Okay, in these 2 weeks I will implement the java I will implement that notepad using java code. Okay, this thing was implemented or not. Okay, like for example, if the sprint will done in 1 week, we need to complete that in 1 week. Writing the code. Okay, all these backlogs will be there in user stories. I will show you real time how to add the stories and where the stories is coming from. I will show you the jira board now after this explanation, so that you will get a clear picture there. Okay, so once the sprint backlog means, in sprint backlog, what are the pending tasks, what are the tasks we need to do, all the things will be added in the jira board only. Those are called user stories. User stories means nothing but whatever the actions we need to do day by day. For example, one project is came for performance testing, so I want to create a script for flight booking. So the particular team manager or the request will come from client, right? Whatever the request come from development team, he create a project request, and he will add us in that request in that user story. I will show you in real time. And another one is 24-hour sprint. 24-hour sprint or daily stand up was same, not much difference. So in daily stand up, what will happen is like, today what is the work I'm going to do, and how much work was completed yesterday, and is there any issues is there, or is there any I have stuck with this issue, I'm unable to, for example, I would like to log in flipkart.com, but I am unable to log in it. That is the issue, right? That is the issue from some server side or something. So if is there any issue, we can discuss in that meeting. And is there any pending work is there, how much time it will take to complete, all the progress will be done in daily stand up meetings. Clear till here? Any other doubts? Okay.
Vidya, 1 second.
Yes,
So
Gangadhar.
what is the difference between this product owner and the client?
Okay, client means who giving a project. I mean, who is the client? In simple way, for example, flipkart.com is there, right? Who is the owner of that flipkart.com? Some other person, right?
Yes.
That person was not implemented that Flipkart site. Okay, just he has an idea with him. Okay, I want
You are
the
talking about CEO, and some other is the person who is maintaining his server. You are telling that?
No, it's not like that. The client
Okay.
or the customer was different, completely different. Product owner was in software company. Whatever the projects are getting, the product owner will takes that project. and he will hand over all the project related stuff. That is the product owner business. And the client means he will come up with the plan. For example, I need this particular software. So could you please implement and give that output? Clear your I think I cleared your answer.
No, no.
Gangadhar?
I still am in the doubt only because this product owner is from inside the company or he's from the person.
No.
That is in drop.
Product owner was from inside the company. He is not from the third party or someone other. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever
Okay.
the new project will comes, first step will comes into the product owner only. Once he
Okay.
approve that project, then only it will move or enter into that scrum masters or implementing that project or designing the project will happens.
Okay. Okay.
The
So he's the
whole
part of the company person.
yes. And
Okay.
the client means the outside customer. Okay, the end
Who
user.
is reaching to the company. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So
Got it.
Vidya simply says the client is the person who gives the idea,
Yes,
right?
correct.
And product owner is who does the project in designing it.
Correct. And another simple way we can say it. For example, word is there, right?
Yeah.
Someone was implemented that word. That is the word implementation idea was the clients. Okay.
Okay.
And who are implemented by using that idea was the product owner, and the product owner and the team, and who are using that particular word is the end user.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
one more doubt I was having at
Yes.
this the term of backlog.
Okay.
So that really mean like in the layman language we have backlog. So this kind of a thing which is remaining. So that you
Correct.
mean that
Correct.
is only the
The
meaning
same
here,
thing.
or is it
Yes,
something
that is
different
only
here?
the backlog itself, whatever the remaining work. Or for example, in BTech, you're writing some exams, right? Final exams. So backlogs
I
is
know
there.
that.
Backlogs after writing 6
We fail
exams,
that exam,
1 or
and
2
so
backlogs is there, right? So
yeah,
those
that is only.
backlogs we will add it in the next year, right? The same way
Yes,
here
yes, yes.
also. So that is
So
the correct.
that means the initial part will like the initial part will be like the requirement gap will be done first
Yes,
here. Then after that, this backlog which are there, like
correct.
remaining things,
Correct.
then it comes to this picture, no?
Yes,
That product backlog.
correct.
Okay. So there are two different processes there.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm moving to the next slide. So daily stand-ups, you are clear, right? So sprint review meetings means here also product owners and scrum masters, they will involve and they will verify that, like after completing whatever the employees or whatever the team was implemented that feature, right? So that particular feature will be verified by this product owner and the scrum master. Those two people should verify our work, and they will confirm that that particular feature is fine or not. Sorry, in between it got disconnected. Yeah. So in this sprint meeting, they will confirm that particular feature is working fine or it's not working fine. Those things will be done in that sprint review meeting. And in this meeting, there is, dev team or testers, no one will involved here. Okay. So only product owner and the scrum master will involve, and they will verify this. And if the features are same as expected by the customer or the client, then only the product owner will accept that particular feature. Otherwise, he will reject that. Okay. Because it was not meet the client expectation, right? That's the reason he will reject that, the product owner. That will be happened in that sprint review meetings. And sprint retrospective meeting means, like product, here also product owner, scrum master, dev team, QA team, everyone will involve. And again, here they discussed, like, okay, this sprint was completed and we will move to the next sprint and we will start the next project. Okay, I mean next feature implementation. That discussion will happen in that sprint retrospective meeting. And again, they will also confirm that in previous sprint, the performance was good or performance was bad. For example, if any employee performance was not that good, the scrum master will again suggest few points, like you have to improve yourself or something. You cannot repeat that problem again. Those things will be discussed in that sprint retrospective meeting. All these questions will be asked by the interviews nowadays. Any questions in this agile?
Vidya,
Yes, Jyoti.
these methodologies will be suggested by the client, or we will be using it
No,
on our
no. These methodologies, no one will suggest you. All the
Okay.
software companies are following this agile methodology
Agile
nowadays.
methodology.
Yes.
Okay.
Long-term projects, this agile methodology was more suggestible compared to other waterfall or V model, whatever it may be. Defaultly, all the software companies are following this agile model. That's the reason I am explaining this much depth level. If you enter into the office, okay, before coming or after coming to the project, first you should follow this agile model only. And once you know this process, the particular manager or the team lead will provide you a Jira board. Okay, let me show you in practical way.
విద్య
Yes.
విద్య ఇప్పుడు ఇది అజైల్ మోడల్ అనేసి మనకు ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ లో ఉంటుందా? అంటే మొత్తం
No,
డేటా చూడాలి అంటే
no. This is not related to the project architecture. Okay, ఇది ఇందులో ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ లో గానీ ఎక్కడ ఉండదు. కంపెనీస్ అనేవి
మరి ఎలా
డెవలపర్స్ అయినా టెస్టర్స్ అయినా ఎవరైనా కూడా ఫాలో అయ్యేది ఈ మోడలే డిఫాల్ట్ గా. అండ్ మనకి ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది అంటే, మనకు డైలీ స్టాండప్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, వీ హ్యావ్ డైలీ స్టాండప్స్. ఓకే, అండ్ వీక్లీ మీటింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. తర్వాత 2 weeks స్ప్రింట్ మీటింగ్స్ అని మీకు మీటింగ్ ఇన్వైట్స్ వస్తూ ఉంటాయి కదా. బై యూజింగ్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ ఈజ్ అన్ అజైల్ మోడల్. If you do not have any daily stand-ups, you do not have any sprint meetings, that is a waterfall model defaultly. Like that, you have to understand.
ఓకే.
Yes. And this is the real-time dashboard of Jira. So once you entered or join into the company, here you need to, if any new project will be assigned by your manager or the team lead, okay, they will provide you the link. Okay, directly he will provide you the link. I would like to share you in chat. You can try to open it. I'm also not sure it will works or not for you. Okay, so they will directly ping you the link, like this is the Jira board. In other words, we can call it as a Kanban board. Okay, Kanban board, we can call it as a Kanban board. So using this Jira or Kanban board, whatever the work we need to do. Okay, so if the new project is came for performance testing, whatever the work we need to do, that will be there in this Jira board. Okay, just you can go to the dashboard and you can also click on this view all dashboard. You can see it here. Okay, here you can see the dashboard. Just you can click on this default dashboard, whatever it may be. For example, that particular dashboard name, if it is in a company, okay, if you are working in a company, that particular name will be provided. Sorry, it got disconnected again. Yeah, so if you are in the company, you will see the multiple dashboards. Multiple dashboards means developers, testers, performance testers, UAT testers, IAT testers, different type of people are working, right? Like service desk team and network team, security team. All the teams will be there using this Jira board only. Every team, not only the performance testers, all the different type of projects also use this team. Okay, here all the different dashboards will be shown here in real time. Okay, so here you can see the project list here. So your manager will assign you one project, right? Just you can click on that project and you can see what are the requests you have. For example, Okay, so your manager was assigned like JPEG store demo. Okay, your work you need to do in this week is JPEG store demo. Okay, just you will directly get this request. Yes, you can click on that particular request. This is called the user story. Okay, we can call it as a user story. Here it will displays who will assign you. For example, your manager name will comes here. So and so manager as assigned. Okay, so I need to report that particular task to this. Here I have there, right? So I have entered my name. So I need to, after completion of my task, I need to report to this particular team lead or someone. Okay, this thing will be assigned by manager. Clear? And another thing was, is there any files that was attached by the development team? For example, these are the workflow list you need to do. Let me add any one workflow and show you how to. I would like to add some workflow. Okay. So I'm adding one workflow. So our the manager was checked given this URL directly, and you can work on this. You have what you have to do is you need to enter that username, user story. Okay, this is called the user story, and here it will displays like with name. Okay, your name will shows. Now in your team also number of people is working, right? All the team members stories shown here. So you need to check whatever the request coming with your name. Okay, here it will displays your name. Some Vidya or some Bhavani, like that it will displays here, and just you can open that story and you can check what are the elements you need to do. Developer will add all the things, whatever the information. For example, I need this test execution, I need this test execution, everything will be shown here. Okay, for example, if the developer is added this particular attachment, okay, just you can open that attachment. Okay, I need to do this. Okay, these are the scripts. Okay, so you have to open that scripts and you can start working on scripting like that. And again, he will also includes all the description here. For example, you can create the scripts and execute the test, share this with recommendations. Okay, like this he will add you the descriptions, whatever it may be. He will include all the information and give it to you. Just by seeing this you can. Okay, if you see any issues, for example, if you will for example, you have created one script, like go to jpetstore.com and you have recorded one script and you have completed that scripting. Okay, after that scripting you would like to see is there any issues is there. Okay, you find out something, you find out like memory leak, for example, you can say, just you can link that issue here. Okay, what is the particular type of issue? Okay, we can call it as a defect raising. Okay, for example, memory leakage, and you need to add all the related informations or mails or all the summaries. Memory leakage due to some space, some particular file occupying more space. Okay, due to this particular .js file is taking longer time, that's the reason. You can include all the description and you can include that attachment also, whatever the issues and all the results details, everything you can add it here and you can create it here. Like this we need to log the defects. Okay, and this will be seen by the developers automatically because they only assigned, right? This particular defect will be seen by the developers, and they will see this, and they will again set up the call with us, and they will interact with us, and they will suggest something. Okay, we have done this mistake, due to this it happened, like that they will discuss everything. Okay, once you got this particular request, what you have to do is you need to accept that. Just how to accept that? Accepting means just you can move this to in progress. Okay, why in progress? In progress means whatever daily you are doing, you can add all the stuff here. Okay, means, okay, whatever it may be, add the flag or whatever, like add the label. Label means whatever you are doing daily activities. Today I have done scripting. Okay, so if you have any labels, it will display here. If you search with creating script, it will display here. This is a sample board, that's why it's not displaying here. You can add all the day-to-day activities here, and you can also click on this particular task, and you can also add more information in the description or comments. Okay, you can include the date, November, and what is the date is 4, right? I have created flight booking script. Okay, like this you can add all the comments so that developer will understand. Developer will not call you daily, right, about this progress. He will directly check in that Jira board. Okay, so this was like today I have okay, this particular person has developed this particular code, I mean this particular script was created. Okay, some progress is there in this particular project, you can identify. And whoever seen, like for example your developer or whoever your team members seen this progress, here it will shows like watching, who is watching this particular thing. Okay, so if you also add watchers, who want to, do you want to include your managers, do you want to include your work progress to appear them, you can add it here. And you can also share this through the mail also. Just you can share, and you can add the team name, and you can also share this. Okay, this is my progress, today progress. And once you completed your task, for example you have completed creating all the scripts, you can move this to done. Then what will happens is here the sprint meeting will happens. I mean in that sprint meeting, what we'll do is product owner and the scrum master will involve. Okay, they will check this particular thing, it will be correct or not. Once it will correct, what they will do is they will approve this. Okay, here they will do the approval. If this was not correct one, I mean you are did a wrong one, or you are not meet that client I mean client expectations, you are not did, then what we'll do is it will be rejected. Here those things here we cannot see, only product owner or scrum master will see this particular accepting or rejecting this particular story. These items are called as a user stories. Any doubts here? You can also see the roadmap. Roadmap means how many team members you have, and which particular which particular team is doing which particular activity. You can also search by activity also. What are the, for example you are having some your manager assigns you few things. Okay, by checking this in progress, you can see all the progress, what are the progress items you have. And you can also check done. Done means what are the items was completed, it will displays here. And if you click on project pages, whatever the projects whole our company or whole our team will doing, it will displays all the things here. Okay, and you can also create the new project. You can also create here the new project, but these new project things will be not created by us. Okay, that will be just assigned by the dev team. We will not create any new projects. For example, you are not doing any project related thing. Okay, your manager asks, like, particular Bhavani or particular Jyoti, you can just do the just you can develop this particular code. This is not in our project. Okay, at that time what you will do is you can create a issue yourself. Okay, develop word. Okay, just you can create the issue. Sorry, you can directly create the issue from here, or it's loading. Okay, and you can assign, you can fill all the summary description, and you can assign whoever you want. Okay, this is called as a task, user story, everything was same. Okay, if you want to edit any workflow, you can also edit it here. For example, these are in progress, these many are done, right? If you want to create anything, you can also create. And if you want to move, like, what we can say, all these permissions will never available, but just for understanding purpose only I'm saying. Just to do status and progress, the whole Jira board, I mean, the whole idea of this Jira board was to tracking the day-to-day activities and sprint. I mean, we are achieving particular feature completion in with particular deadline or not. For that purpose, this Jira board will be used. Okay, every scrum masters, product owners, everyone will be, managers, team leads will be watch this particular, monitor this particular status of our employees or anyone. Okay, so any other questions or doubts in this Jira board, let me know.
విద్య,
Yes, Bhavani.
జీరా బోర్డ్ అందరికీ ఉంటుందా? అంటే
Yes,
ఎనీ
almost 90% of the companies are using Jira board only.
ఓకే, మాకేం ఇది ఇవ్వలేదు విద్య, జీరా సాఫ్ట్వేర్.
Maybe once you start the work, you have to ask them where you need to enter your daily task list. I mean, daily status ఇదంతా మీరు డైలీ ఏ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారో అది ఎక్కడ మేము అప్డేట్ చేయాలి అని మీరే అడగాలి. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి మ్యాండేటరీ, because otherwise they also don't know you are doing daily work or not.
ఓకే,
Yes,
మనమే అడగాలి జీరా సాఫ్ట్వేర్
yes,
ఎక్కడ మేము వర్క్ చేయాలి.
yes, Jira link you need to ask if you have any Jira or Kanban board or any other software. Any,
Okay.
if your company using any other software apart from this Jira.
ఓకే,
Yes. So before going to start any project or any task, this is mandatory thing. You need to fill here. If you won't fill anything here, I think your manager will send you a resignation letter, I guess. If you won't fill day-to-day activities.
విద్య ఒక్కసారి ఇవి అంటే జీరాతో పాటు ఇంకా ఒకసారి చెప్పవా ఏమేమి ఉంటాయో సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ అని?
No, only Jira is the
అంటే
simple
జీరా
link. Yes. Kanban board. Kanban board. We can call it as a Kanban board. Let me type it here. Okay. These two things will be used. Jira is the one thing and Kanban board is another. Both are same. Okay. Here another one option will shows. Kanban board option will shows. If you click on Kanban board, you can see all your tasks and day-to-day activities. Any others, any doubts, any questions here? Before going to class, closing the class almost 15 minutes late, my suggestion for everyone was, could you please join 10 minutes earlier from tomorrow, so that whatever the doubts we have and just previous class wrap up, we can done it in between that particular 10 to 15 minutes and we can start the class. I will provide this video and this today's document, and from tomorrow I will continue like what is the performance testing terminologies and performance testing life cycle. Those things we will continue from tomorrow. Manjunath, I think you got a clear picture, right, Manjunath? Still you have any doubts about other agile methodologies? If you don't understand anything, you can ask me, no problem. Okay? Yeah. So,
Vidya,
yes.
we use this Jira software only when we use Agile or Waterfall also?
No. Waterfall model, Jira will be not there. Agile
Okay.
only we have. Yes.
Okay.
Waterfall model, the drawback is that there is no proper monitoring. Who is doing what? There is no daily stand-ups. There is no weekly meetings or sprint meetings. Nothing will be there in that waterfall model.
Okay.
Yes. Any other doubts before going to stop the session?
The main purpose of Agile.
Sorry?
The main purpose of Agile, using Agile.
The main purpose is just whatever the requirement, whatever the ante manaku edaina work assigned for, mainly for work assignment, whatever the work assigned by the developers, that will comes to us, and we need to complete that task within that particular deadline, and we need to make the progress using this Jira board and submitting our output to the developers again. Day-to-day activities we will enter into this Jira board. These all questions will be asked by the interviewers nowadays. I have also observed lot, like in Agile methodology you have to explain this Jira as well. If the interviewer will ask about Agile methodology, you need to explain about all daily meetings, Scrum meetings, weekly, all the things, and you have to include the Jira as well. Clear or any other doubts?
Using to Jira.
Yes, go
avoid
ahead.
the miscommunication of application.
Yes, correct. Due to this Jira, everyone will understand that there is no miscommunication, and we can also check the progress. Is that particular employee is making any progress on this particular feature, or he is not working anything like that? Is there any issue also there? Easily everyone can identify, and to showcasing of the project also very good using this Jira.
విద్య ఏమని అడగమంటావు అంటే ఇట్లా ఇది సాఫ్ట్వేర్
Day to
కావాలి
day.
జీరా
No. This is not the software, Bhavani. This is also one cloud type of tool. Okay, there is no software for this. Just you need access for this. You need to raise the request. I think you can check with your manager where I need to enter all the day-to-day activities. We have any Jira board or Kanban board, you can ask him like that. He will get to understand and he will raise the access for you.
ఓకే
Yeah.
It is like that Zoom meeting.
No. This is not like Zoom meeting.
In simple terms, it is like software where we can update the status of the work
Yes,
being
correct.
done by us.
Correct. In simple words, it is just we are updating the status.
Yes.
Correct. This is not like Zoom meeting. This is like 24 hours. It will be accessible and enable. Whatever you are updating, automatically it will updates, and it will whatever you are updating here, the message alert will be goes to that particular team lead or manager. He can check like, okay, this particular person was worked this task today, like that. Like it's kind of like monitoring of the work, monitoring. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. So thanks everyone for joining the call. I will share
Ante
you the
Vidya,
yes, answer.
ఇప్పుడు జీరా అంటే మనం
Mm.
యాక్చువల్ గా ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ఏం అడుగుతున్నారంటే నాకు మీరు డిఫెక్ట్ లాగు ఏది యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు అని చెప్పి అడుగుతున్నారు. సో అప్పుడు మనం జీరా అని చెప్తున్నాము.
అవును.
డిఫెక్ట్ లాగ్
Yes, yes,
అంటే ఏదైనా
correct.
బగ్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు
Correct.
ఇష్యూస్ ఫిక్స్
ఇందాక నేను
చేయడానికి
ఒకటి లాగ్ చేసి చూపించాను కదా, ఇందాక నేను ఒకటి లైక్ దట్ వి నీడ్ టు లాగ్ ద బగ్స్.
సో అంటే వాళ్ళు అడిగేది ఏంటంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూలో మీరు డిఫెక్ట్
ఎక్కడ
లాగ్స్
లాగ్ చేస్తున్నారు? యూజింగ్ జీరా బోర్డ్.
ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు అని
కరెక్ట్.
అడుగుతున్నారు.
యూజింగ్
సో
జీరా
అప్పుడు
బోర్డ్ వి
మనం
హావ్
జీరా అని
యూజ్డ్.
చెప్పాలి.
కరెక్ట్, కరెక్ట్.
అంటే అక్కడ
యూజింగ్
పిరియర్ సివియర్ ఇవి రెండు
yes,
ఉంటాయి
అవన్నీ
మెథడ్స్.
ఉంటాయి. కరెక్ట్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఫ్రీ ట్రయల్, రైట్? దోస్ ఆల్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఆర్ unable to seen here. Actually all the severity is also there. Defect severity high, medium, low. Based on that we can select that particular issue severity and we can log the defect. Any other doubts, guys?